I'm not even doing an intro. It's like 1 p.m. and I haven't eaten or gotten ready. Hey YouTube! I'm back with another video because I am dedicated to posting once a week. Today I have filmed before, but I filmed for TikTok and I never posted it. I'm going to be doing a get ready with me story time about the time my neighbor's house burned down. This is gonna be kind of difficult. I have all my makeup right here, so it shouldn't be that hard. First is concealer to the story. So to set the scene, this is like 2017, I think. 2017. I was in like 6th grade. And it was my spring break from school. And I was having a sleepover with one of my best friends. I was also on FaceTime with another friend. It wasn't one of those situations. We both were like talking to her on the phone. But I think it was like house party or something. I don't even remember his house party from like 2017. And we were making brownies. It was like 11:30 at night. But yeah, we were making brownies. And so they were done. And me and my friend that was sleeping over was fighting over who was gonna cut the fucking brownies. Big bag, big bag. And my mom walks in and she's like, it smells like smoke. She was like checking the oven because she thought that maybe it could have been the brownies, and we're like, our brownies are fine, our brownies are not burnt, like we would know, okay? And she cannot pinpoint where the smoke is coming from, like the smell. So she goes out into our garage, literally see like that it was kind of like smoky in there. Then she starts to freak out even more, and something about my mom is that like her nose, like she's able to detect smoke from like a mile away, and she is gonna get to the bottom of it. Then she's like, okay, so it's obviously like outside somewhere. So she's like, oh my god, like what if one of our cars are on fire? She looks out the front door and she like looks at our cars and they look fine, like they don't look like they're on fire. She looks the other way and she's like, there's a lot of smoke coming from over there. My dad and my brother were also home, and so I guess my dad, when he was in the backyard, and so he like looked over the fence to our neighbor's house, and he was like, he told me later, but he saw flames coming out of their window. Do you ever just... And I'm gonna be using this MAC powder. I literally just got this from my mom because this is what my mom uses, but I don't wear foundation, I only wear concealer, so I just put it over the parts that I do concealer. It's pretty old and like ran through. That sounds like I'm talking about a girl or a guy. No, a girl, right? Can you use that for a guy? I don't know. So now that we know my neighbor's house is on fire, I'm freaking out because my mom is freaking out because she's like, what do we do? Like, it's so close to our house. And my dad and my brother go to the neighbor's house and they're like knocking on the door because the people that lived there was like this guy, and he had his mom living there too. She was an older lady, she was in a wheelchair, she was elderly, and so like we just didn't know if they were in there, we didn't know if they were gone. Nobody was answering. And my dad actually told me that like he put his hand on the window and he can physically feel like how hot it was just from the window. Even though the fire ended up being in one of the back rooms, you could like still feel it in the front, obviously. Now on to, I don't know if you would call this contour, but I literally just take like the darker one and I just do it through my cheekbones, up here, and then my jawline, just to keep it like defined. Like I said, I use affordable makeup and I'm not good at makeup. I just do what I think I know. I'm not gonna show the palette because I'm a little embarrassed. Back to the story. So now that we know their house is on fire, we're all freaking out. My mom was like, I have to call 911 because I mean, like, the house is on fire. It's also 11:30 at night. And all the neighbors' lights were pretty much off, which means they're probably sleeping. Now I'm doing blush. I'm also not showing my blush because I'm a little bit embarrassed by it. But we're gonna get that Rare Beauty blush, okay? This one's a powder and it's from Ulta. So my mom's like, 911, like they told us to get out of the house since it's like right next to us and just go outside or something. Like, I don't know. And so I'm freaking out. My friend's telling me to end the FaceTime and get shoes on. I was in full like fight or flight mode, panic mode. I didn't even know what was going on. I hung up the FaceTime abruptly. She probably knew what was going on, but she was like probably so concerned why I was like literally crying. We're about to go out the door. My mom gets my dog on the leash. She gets off the phone and she pauses as we're about to go out the door, and she's like, what if the dog goes after the firefighters? Like, because my dog could be kind of aggressive and hyper. Me and my friend looked at her and we went, just go. Fight or flight mode. We're like, girl, just go. Okay, pause because I'm using another product. Anastasia Beverly Hills highlighter stick. I got this as a gift because from my knowledge, Anastasia Beverly Hills is expensive. I'm obsessed with it, and I've had this for over a year now. It lasts so long. This is also broken. If you've seen my Get Ready With Me's, it's broken, but I use it anyway. Now she tells me and my friend to go run across the street and tell my neighbors across the street because we're pretty close with them, and she wanted us to get like further away from the house. Me and my friend run across the street. It's raining outside. And when I say this could have ended in another tragedy, because right when me and my friend reached the other side of the street, a cop car came speeding up. We would have crossed the street like a second later, we probably would have got hit by that motherfucking cop car. My friend has to knock on my neighbor's door for me. My neighbor's like, don't answer the door for a little bit because, I mean, it's 11:30 and like who would be knocking on your door at 11:30 at night? They actually come and answer the door, and they're like so confused because I'm over here just like bawling my eyes out, and my friend is the one knocking on their door. They see like the fire trucks and everything, or the cop cars, and we explain to them, and they're like, oh my god, like you can come inside. Trying to calm down. My friend was calming me down, and everyone was probably like, bitch, why are you crying? At this point, my mom comes across the street now with the dog, and like we're all just kind of like watching it unfold, and like the firefighters put the fire out, and then the guy that lives there pulls back up in his car. His mom's in there, and he ran in the house to like grab something, and everyone was like, no, like what are you doing? Like why are you running in the house? The house was on fire, and he went in there and ran and got something. I understand, but I don't. His story eventually like just doesn't add up, and it's very sketchy, but I don't want to air his business out like that. I don't even know his name. Yeah, we eventually calmed down. My friend took this picture and posted on Snapchat, which I think is hilarious considering the fact that we were in middle school and like Snapchat was so big. I think we eventually go home at like 2 a.m. They're like, you're good now, like the fire is contained. So we go back home. Me, my mom, and my friend that I was with all like sleeping in the living room because we were so like shaken up. The first thing that I was worried about was the brownies. So they were cold. But I'm pretty sure they were still good. I don't know, I don't remember. But of course my obese ass was like, I need the brownies right now, you know? It was like 4 a.m. at this point because we could not sleep because of like everything that happened. I need a mirror to curl my eyelashes. I'm gonna do my lashes off camera because I only have a little bit of the story left and I need focus when I do my lashes, but I use Maybelline Falsies Surreal. It's pretty good. The only thing I would complain about is like taking it off. It like gets all over and it's kind of hard to get off. Okay, mascara is done now. It looks a little wonky. Anyways, we ended up like falling asleep. You could still see the lights from the fire truck out there. They were there really late. We woke up the next morning to find out that like another neighbor had called the next morning because it was like smoking again, and then the firefighters came again, fixed it, left, all while we were sleeping. That's pretty much the story. It's still so fresh in my mind because how scary it was for me at the time. People do not live there anymore. They fixed up the house. I just have to do my lips. So I've been using the Revlon lip liner. These are pretty popular in the shade Mauve. My favorite, my e.l.f. lip oils. You already know, I think I said this in my Christmas wishlist video, but I love e.l.f. lip oil. You can find a lot of these makeup products on my Amazon storefront. The Revlon lip liner, the e.l.f. lip oil, the mascaras, The e.l.f. products that I used, they're all in my Amazon storefront. Okay, so I finished my lips and I put my earrings in. You guys already know where these are from. These are also from Every Jewels. You know, you can use my code GINA804 for money off your purchase. I'll also put my link tree and the links in my description. If you watched the whole thing, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this crazy story time. I will see you in my video next week. Bye.